Welcome to Milers Mods, ladies and gentlemen. So I finished the modifications so far to the MK4. Before I get on with what I did to this thing, I kind of have mixed feelings about this blaster. I kind of do want to like it, but my issue is this blaster is nothing more than a Worker Swift 2.0, if you will. It has more metal parts in it than the original Swift. I mean, such as this thing's got a metal plunger tube, plunger head, pusher, catch. The only things that this blaster doesn't have that's made out of metal, and it quite surprised me, especially with the internals. With the Worker Swift, one of the weakest parts of the blaster is the dart gate itself. That's why you can buy metal dart gates for your Worker Swift. That's usually one of the first parts they replace, to be honest with you, because they break very easily. Okay. Second part is the trigger. This trigger here contacts on a metal catch. Okay. Metal and plastic contact aren't usually really good, especially when it's a trigger and a catch, because the trigger will always wear out before the catch. That's why usually if you have a metal catch, you always do a metal trigger too. It is what it is. Personally, I would have even paid extra for a metal trigger and dart gate. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because then this blaster would have been phenomenal. Okay, but like I said, well, not only that, it's 2 years too late. Okay, that's it. So what I did to the modifications was that I ended up switching out the spring for the 1-point Swift spring, because I figured if this blaster wants to act like a Worker Swift, I'm going to treat it like one. So what I did was I ordered the 550 barrel and the 1.6 spring from Luke out of darts. He sent them off to me really quick. I had them the same day I got this blaster. All right, well, to change out the spring, there's a screw here and there's one on the other side. Once these screws are out, you push down here and the whole back piece comes off. Now, this is the spring seat, okay? I flipped mine over so I would get extra compression with this 1.6 spring in here. Okay, I did try a 1.8 spring, and it fired, yes. It gave a really high number of like 350. It was like 350. I only got one shot out of it. I didn't want to try it again because, well, this is a $180 blaster after all, and I didn't want to try it. Like I said, I got one shot that was 350, and that was off of the Bamboo 2.0. Okay, so what I did was I flipped over the spring seat. I installed the 1.6 spring. Before I messed with the barrel, I decided just to test what spring swap would do. And I was getting 300s all day long on Bamboo 2.0s. Okay, that's great. So when I opened the blaster up, I was kind of amazed because up here there's an O-ring, okay? Or at least there was. Mine has long since been removed because I extended the barrel. This is actually a 550 millimeter barrel from Worker, especially designed for the Swift. Okay, what I noticed with the stock barrel is that with the stock barrel and this muzzle piece, that's exactly 550. Okay, between the stock barrel and this muzzle piece, it's just two pieces of 550. That equals 550. That's why I was going to use this to attach my scar to it, but I would have had no nub sticking out to even work with, so I couldn't do that. Now, what I also did here, because I had a whole bunch of excess barrels sticking out, was that this is just scrap barrel from a junk blaster I had upstairs. I figured I would just utilize the barrel, and I certainly did. It looks rather nice. It's saber tip from FFW. This grip is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever dealt with, and the ugliest grip I've ever thought of. I mean, it's just, wow. This is definitely a choice that I definitely would not have made. So I switched it out for a Worker vertical foregrip. Not a big deal, pretty awesome. This blaster definitely delivers the hits now. When I ran this blaster over my chronograph, okay, after I installed the spring and I lengthened the barrel, and the way that I lengthened the barrel was that real simple. I just hollowed out the muzzle piece here so that way I could shove my barrel all the way through. Just used a pocket knife. It took me about 15, 20 minutes and just hollowed it out and I was good to go. Okay, but now after I did the spring swap, I touched it up 300 FPS. In order for the extra compression, just take the spring seat out and flip it over. That's it. Done. Okay. So after I lubed it and all that, I was getting 300 plus on Generation 3 Plus darts. That's the high-end darts from Worker that you get from like Frontline, which isn't bad. Those are just normal darts, 300 FPS or more. The top one I got one that was 310. When I switched up to Bamboo 2.0s on a 1.6 spring and a full 550 barrel with this blaster, I was getting speeds of 330. Okay, and when I tested with the 1.8 spring, and keep in mind I only got one shot out of it before I decided to back it off. Okay, I got a speed of like 350-ish, maybe a little bit higher, like 354 I think it was, which isn't bad. So 350 on a 1.8 spring, but however, it's an ungodly prime. I literally had to put it against the floor to prime it. But I'm going to give you a firing demo just to let you guys see what this thing feels like. It definitely, the blaster doesn't suck, okay, like I said. The only thing that I don't like about it is it's 2 years too late. If this blaster would have came out the same year as the Worker Swift, it would have been game over for Worker. That's it. This blaster's 2 years too late. But like I said, the flaws I found in this blaster, the actual structural flaws are the dart gate and the trigger, because they're just made out of plastic and should have been made with metal. The things that I would have liked to seen, aside from those two parts being made out of metal, is they should have put a skinny pusher in this thing. That's it. You know, if they would have put a skinny pusher in this thing and put those two metal parts in, this blaster, in my opinion, would definitely be worth $180 to $200. Well, in any event, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching my modification overview of the Dartzone Pro MK4. Until next time, this is Myers Mods signing off.